very much distinctly remember watching the financial news channels during the roll call vote in the House when the House was considering the TARP legislation for the first time. And as it became clear based on the vote count that the legislation didn't have enough votes to pass, the market started to respond very, very quickly. And that was quite alarming. And I think focused the minds on the part of the Congress. And so I think those events led the Congress to understand better this really was serious, and there was really an expectation and reliance on the fact that Congress would act and respond and provide some additional tools to the Treasury Department. So a few days later, the legislation was taken up again and ultimately passed. But for about a day or so there, it was a little unclear exactly what would happen and whether any legislation was going to have the full support of the Congress. So it felt very, very dire. And again, I think in part that was because of the dearth of information that people in Congress and policymakers more generally had at the time. So you turn that to what has happened since and what that means for today, especially at DTCC. Our organization has been focused on bringing transparency to the marketplace, specifically the derivatives marketplace, although we've been involved in transparency efforts in the cash markets as well. But I think what we're most known for since the crisis on the transparency front is really in the swap data reporting space. So we're the largest global swap data reporting company in the world, and we really see our jobs as running a swap data repository as in part a mission that's in the public interest. So it's a commercial business, but it's a mandated requirement on the market, so something that we help facilitate. We're actually bringing to life a public policy that was enacted not that long ago. No one argues that there was enough transparency in the swaps marketplace in 2008. You don't hear anyone arguing that. One area where I think clearing and the role or involvement of a clearinghouse could be really important and actually bring enhanced risk management practices would be to the Treasury securities market. So if you're looking at liquid Treasury securities, and for example, the 10-year Treasury note is a very, very liquid marketplace. To me, it makes a heck of a lot of sense as a former regulator and now someone who is with DTCC to bring clearing in a meaningful way to that Treasury security marketplace. And some of that market is cleared, but not the full breadth of it. And I think from a policy point of view, that would make a lot of sense.